Good morning, friends and family of friends. Happy Tuesday the 23rd, everyone. Belle and I hope that you are all having an awesome start to the week as we race to finish out the last full week in June. Well, we are coming to you from the newly excavated Osiris tomb in Egypt. In fact, in the background you will see some video of our trip we took deep into the 6th Dynasty tomb. Well, we'll talk more about that shortly. A little closer to home, sunrise was at 5:16 this morning and sunset will be at 8:38, giving us 15 hours and 22 minutes of glorious daylight to enjoy. Presently, it's 60 degrees outside, give or take a little bit depending on exactly where you live. You know the routine. Today you should expect partly cloudy skies with the chance of a stray shower passing on through sometime today. Highs are expected in the mid to upper 70s with winds out of the northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. From our family and friends celebrating birthdays today, happy birthday to Parvon Washington, Zechariah J. Lang, Kimberly Belling, Randall Dudek, and last but not least, Ken Neutz. Our celebrity birthday shout out starts with a talented actress who played Reese Witherspoon's rival in the 2001 comedy Legally Blonde. She also had prominent roles in the films Cruel Intentions, The Sweetest Thing, Columbus Circle, and Hellboy. Selma Blair turns 48 today. Our next celebrity is a beautiful actress and comedian who played Bernadette Rostenkowski on the award-winning CBS sitcom The Big Bang Theory. In 2016, she provided her voice for the movie Ice Age Collision Course. Melissa Rauch turns 40 years old today. Our next celebrity is a popular television host who became known as the supportive judge on American Idol and the executive producer of MTV's America's Best Dance Crew. Randy Johnson turned 64 today. And our final honored shout out is for a very talented and popular acoustic guitarist and singer whose 2002 single, The Remedy, I Won't Worry, propelled him to fame. He released his third album, We Sing, We Dance, We Steal Things, in 2008, and the album's first single, I'm Yours, spent 76 weeks on the US Hot 100 chart. And if memory serves me right, he was one of the featured stars in the Super Bowl halftime show just a couple years back. Jason Mraz turns 43 today. Alright, moving on to this day in history. On today's date, 1931, US pilots set a new world record for flying around the world when Wiley Post and his navigator, Harold Gatty, took off for their round-the-world flight in a single-engine airplane, the Winnie Mae. They took off from Roosevelt Field in New York and arrived back in Roosevelt Field on July 1st, completing the trip with a record time of 8 days, 15 hours, and 51 minutes. On this day in 2018, United Kingdom votes to leave the European Union. Most of you will recognize this move as Brexit. Also, on today's date in 2018, 12 boys and their coach are stranded in a network of caves in Thailand. Entering this cave and reaching a point deep within was said to be a semi-ritual or rite of passage for many young athletes in the area. But unfortunately, water set in from monsoon flooding of the area, leaving them cut off from their exit, prompting an international rescue effort when they were discovered 9 days later. They all did make it out, skinnier but no worse for wear. Alright, moving on to our comedy corner. Last night I dreamt that I was a muffler. I woke up exhausted. Alright, today is National Pecan Sandies Day, which is a tasty looking cookie. Well, what cookie isn't tasty looking? Today is National Pink Day and National Hydration Day. Drink that water. Today's morning motivational is a simple, undeniable truth. Nothing will work unless you do. Don't let other people tell you how you should think or feel. That's on them. You have the power and ability to live a life you enjoy with meaning and purpose for you. Our suggestion, nothing happens unless you make it happen. You have the power and you know it, so make it happen. After all, it's your journey. Speaking of journeys, well, yesterday skydiving and today we're going to dive a little deeper into the Osiris tomb. So settle in for a short little virtual adventure, the Tomb of Osiris. On the Giza Plateau, below the stony causeway of Khufu's pyramid complex, lies an unusual tomb structure. It's known today as the Tomb of Osiris, or more commonly, the Osiris Shaft. The latter was named by Zawi Hawass, former Secretary General of the Supreme Council of Antiquities. If you've watched any Egyptian tomb documentaries over the last 10 years, you probably have watched Zawi Hawass. He always comes across as knowledgeable and passionate. We like him. Anyways, the existence of the Shaft tomb has been known for many years, but it was only until relatively recently that it was properly excavated and documented. A thorough excavation was conducted by a team led by Hawass in 1999. Subsequently, Hawass wrote an article called The Discovery of the Osiris Shaft at Giza. Although he certainly didn't discover this subterranean shaft complex, his team was the first to excavate it all the way to the bottom. The earliest mention of the shaft complex was Selim Hassan's in 1933-1934 excavation report in Giza. Hassan and his men were able to get part of the way down the shaft complex, but found the remainder flooded. Efforts at pumping were unsuccessful. Hawass and his team performed the first full-scale excavation of the Osiris Shaft in 1999. By this point, the water table of the plateau had lowered to the point that a thorough excavation was possible. Although groundwater still flooded the lowest areas, constant pumping operations were required to reach the very bottom chamber of the complex. Hawass's team revealed 3 different shafts comprising 3 different levels. A number of artifacts were excavated from the side chambers, including pottery shards, ceramic beads, and several small figurines. Additionally, basalt sarcophagi were found in chambers C, D, and G. Badly decomposed skeletal remains were found in the sarcophagi of chambers C and G. Based on stylistic grounds, the artifacts and sarcophagi, they date these items to be around the 26th dynasty. An important find in level 3 was red polished pottery with traces of white paint, which stylistically can be dated to the 6th dynasty from the end of the Old Kingdom. Therefore, this pottery represents the oldest possible datable material found in the entire complex. As awesome and extremely ancient as that is, the big question still is, how were these shafts made? To cut such a massive network deep into the bedrock of Giza would be an astounding, difficult task with today's technology. This hardly seems like the work of laborers with bronze tools during the 6th dynasty, which lasted from 2345 to 2181 BC. Iron in any quantity did not show up until the 8th century BC. Although Dr. Hawass and his crew that must have done the physical work of the excavation must be applauded for their efforts, finding 6th dynasty pottery in the lowest levels cannot definitively date when the actual construction of these were done, nor the original purpose of the tunnels and shafts. And therein lies the great example of the fun of exploration and discovery. As usual, Belinda and I hope that you enjoyed this virtual adventure to the Osiris tomb and back in time. We will continue this journey through Egypt tomorrow, and we certainly hope that you can join us. Belinda and I do appreciate the time that you spend with us each and every day. Our goal is always to offer a mix of entertainment and education in each and every one of our Morning Minute posts. After all, knowledge is power, and we do love to share what we come across. We certainly hope you are enjoying the experience. Please continue to like, follow, and share us with your friends and family. And please remember, we are creative, high-energy real estate agents, and we would love to help you or anyone you know who might be considering buying or selling property in the near future. But until then, make it a great day. Have an awesome day. You have the power.